our side. Chris Sullivan here. So open it up for questions.
So both of you ended up being the leading scorers today for the Wildcats, and both of you came off the bench. So can you just talk about what it's like kind of being the sixth and seventh person, I guess, coming into the game, but then playing some of the most minutes in the game?
I think it's fun. I take really big pride in that, and I think that coming off the bench really shouldn't affect like how we play, And I think it's really fun for Mel and I because we come in and like we're there to bring energy, we're there to score, and like that's our mentality. So we're coming in super ready, super excited, just ready to get out there and score. So I think that's the mentality going in, and it's just like really fun doing that, I think.
Yeah, what she said.
First Big Ten win of the season. How are you hoping to carry this momentum into your upcoming games with Purdue and Rutgers?
Another win, and then another win, and then another win, and then another win after that. We're going to use this as momentum. We were looking at the standings, and we said Penn State was a must-win, obviously, with where the teams are right now. But, there's a lot of – we felt like we should have won a lot of other games in the past. I think we were close, and I think we finished out this one. So, I don't know. I see us going, 6 for 6. How many other games? 5 for – how many other games we have left? They're all going to be wins. We're gonna use this to build off of and make a run at the Big Ten tournament.
Okay. You guys forced 24 turnovers today. What did you guys see from your defense?
I think it was just discipline. We've been working on defense. We've been focusing on that in practice the last week. So I feel like it was just leaning into what we've been working on, and really locking down on defense. We knew that we could stay in front of them if we wall up, and I think we did that, and it was really successful.
Mel, 4 assists today, but also 4 steals, including a huge coast-to-coast to give you guys, I think it was a 7-point lead at that time. So where's that part of your game? Because I know it's obviously been growing as of late.
I've been trying to get back into the steals type of game. It's a little easier when we play Blizz with man. I have to time it right, otherwise I get beat. In terms of like the last steal, I just felt like she was holding the ball right in front of me, and I knew that we needed a bucket, so I just kind of been honing in on that. And in terms of assists, I guess it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I have a lot of attention is put on me on the court, and so it leaves a lot of other people open. So I'm just trying to hit them. Casey with a big 3, Kaylee with another 3 off the pick and pop. So just trying to get my other teammates involved because I feel like the defense are drawn to me a lot.
Good questions, Audrey.
Chris, you guys were having trouble getting shots to fall in early on in the game, and then Mel came out and had a 6-0 run of a run. What's it like when you have one of your teammates who's able to just create that energy?
We build off of it. That's what Mel does. She comes in, like I said, she brings the energy, she brings the points, the scoring. That energy is something that we all feed off of. So we see Mel get those back-to-back shots. We're getting back on defense, we're clapping it up, we're in their faces. It just builds and builds and builds. It's like a snowball effect that Mel is able to create. So very thankful, yes.
Any other questions? Charlie?
Mel 0 turnovers, Grace only 1 turnover today, and that's been a big story this season for you guys. So what can you say of just keeping the ball and not turning the ball over?
It was big. We knew that they were going to press, especially that's where we were most nervous in terms of turning over the ball. So we worked on that, I'd say 90% of our practice was working on the press. So I think we did a really good job of just not turning the ball over. Penn State is similar to us. They've had a tough run, but they're a pretty good team. So we knew we were going to have to be strong with the ball, and, we finished this out.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And on that note, Coach, when you're ready, you want to give us an opening statement on the day?
I'm tired. I got to coach another game in New Orleans, so I got to hurry, man. Let's go. We've been working really hard. I think you guys have seen us. We've had a lot of tough games that haven't gone our way in the fourth quarter, and tonight we just found a way to win. And hopefully that'll give us some momentum, that we really are looking for. And again, other than, I said this to our players, I think the Illinois game here and the Ohio State game at Ohio State, 2 really rough games for us. Every other game in the Big Ten, we had a chance to win going into the fourth quarter. And so I give our team a lot of credit. They've never given up. And, we got everything ahead of us. So just want to, today the crowd was great. Penn State, obviously, a really talented team, and they come at you hard, and they're physical. And, I thought, it was just a really, you can talk all you want about the process and all the things coaches try to put in front of teams when it's not going well, but sometimes you just got to win a game, and that's where we were today.
Questions? Charlie?
So in this game, Casey Harder led all players with in minutes. She played almost 35 minutes and also hit some huge free throws down the stretch. So what can you say about her impact on the game today?
Again, she would be my vote for, we don't have this award in the Big Ten, but if there's the most unsung player, in the league, and especially certainly on our team, it would be her. She brings it every day. Same thing in practice. And as a student athlete, she's tremendous. She just does all the right things, and just really proud of her. So she really unselfish.
Coach, as I asked Grace, I think, that you guys were having trouble getting shots to fall early on. What were some of those conversations like, knowing that this was a must-win game? How'd you get everyone to focus?
No, I think we were getting good shots. It was more just relax and just play through it. And we talk a lot in practice every day about next play, next day, move on. And I think they did a really good job, because again, we're like, basketball's a funny game. You can make, 10 in a row and miss the next 10 and make the next 10, and they'll put you in the Hall of Fame. And that's Stephen Curry. But I've seen him miss a lot too, and he's not going to stop shooting. And I think that's what our players did. They just played through it. That's a good point.
Back here?
Coach, obviously Kaylee kind of struggled with some foul trouble today, and kind of Grace Sullivan had a big role. What did you see out of Grace, both offensively and defensively today?
Well, they're Grace, Merkel, post players, terrific players, first year in the Big Ten. And so we've watched her on tape, and she's been, a really hard guard for a lot of teams and draws fouls. So I thought Grace did a really good job. I thought Kaylee did a good job. She's just a tough out, to play. And, I thought Taylor Williams helped. So, Grace, again, she starts, we bring her off the bench. Like Casey, she's just really unselfish about her role. And one of those players, she's going to wake up one day and look in the mirror and hey, I'm pretty good at this. Sometimes not much phases her. So, really proud of her today.
You always say playing in the Big Ten, it's the toughest league in the game. You have some winnable games coming up. What's going to be the focal point in practice this week?
Yeah, we got a quick turnaround. Every game is tough in our league. The road games are packed. We played in front of 15,000 last week. And so, Purdue will have, it's a place where basketball is so important, and, fan base is so strong. So, you can't do anything but go down there and be ready to play.
Coach, 20 assists to 11 turnovers today, which is big deal for you guys today with the win. So what can you speak about? Was that something focused on in practice, or?
That's been a big Achilles for us. It has been our turnovers, and I think our record would be a lot better in the Big Ten if we'd taken care of the ball. So our practices have been really competitive and focused on, trying to get the ball reversed. We work a lot on passing right now and trying to pass to your teammate instead of the other team. So, we even have somebody wearing a penny with a different color on it. And, so this, we're going old school basketball drills.
Any further questions?
All right, guys, I'll see you in New Orleans. Let's go.
Go Birds, Coach.
Let's go. Oh, I got another issue I got to deal with too. I might be a grandfather today too. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, maybe tomorrow.